Yes, people, welcome back to the Daily Football Report. And on today's episode, we're talking about the Ballon d'Or awards, and also we're going to be talking about goalkeeper being linked to Manchester United. I'm not quite sure why, because they just bought one. But not only that though, will Mo Salah ever get his chance to win the Ballon d'Or? And last but not least, some news coming out of Aston Villa as their chief of operations, Monchi, is looking to leave. So let's jump into it right away. Yes, the Ballon d'Or awards. Ousmane Dembele winning the Ballon d'Or, to be fair, is fair. You know, he deserved it. He played well this season. His team won the treble. They had a really good run throughout the season. And at the end of the day, I think he was probably voted the most influential player for his team. Now, I find that to be quite amazing or amusing or conflicting when you see a player like a Raphinha, who was 5th on the list, or Mo Salah, who was 4th on the list. Now, weirdly enough, Lamine Yamal made the list at 2nd. So here is the list here. You have Lamine Yamal at 2nd, Mo Salah at 4th, Raphinha at 5th. Those two names at 4th and 5th. I get it, but it bothers me though. Because based on their statistics, these guys had real good numbers. Their output were really good. Yes, I get Lamine Yamal is probably one of the best young players in the world. But I feel like there are a lot of players who has been a lot more influential for their teams for a longer period of time. And has never even been voted in the top 5 players in the Ballon d'Or nominations. Now, I'm not saying Lamine Yamal isn't a top talent. I'm not saying Lamine Yamal isn't one of the best young, or if not one of the best footballers in the world right now. But in terms of being voted over Raphinha or Mo Salah, who these guys had tremendous numbers. Raphinha alone had, I think, in all goal contributions, I think this guy had like 34 goals and something assists. Like, it was some unremarkable numbers. And to see that he was voted at 5 when he should have been the runner-up or the competitor for Ousmane Dembele this season worry me a bit, because it just shows me that the Ballon d'Or really have no standing. It's just about honestly who the media actually wants. And at the end of the day, it's most likely the most talked about players are the top 5 really over the European season, more than it is the top 5 players that was in Europe. Now, when you're looking at this list, bruv, you're looking at a player like Erling Haaland, you know, who's at the bottom of this list. You're looking at a Kivas Kvaratskhelia, who's at the bottom of this list. You know, even when you're looking at, okay, is it based on goals and statistics or influenced by a player? Because I'm telling you, you have players like Alexander McAllister. I'm not saying that should be higher up than a lot of players, but I'm just saying, like, special shout out to them, yes, but some of these players were a lot more influential for their teams. Now, Kylian Mbappe pulled really good numbers, but Real Madrid wasn't as successful. We see him at 7. We have Achraf Hakimi, which is a really good player. Shout out to him as well. And I think him being up there just kind of epitomizes what I'm saying. It's about the players that were getting the most call-ups on the TV and showing that they had. But it wasn't really about as much influence. You know, because for me, Nuno Mendes had a lot more influence than Hakimi for PSG. Now, it's just some weird names on here. Like Denzel Dumfries, I don't get it. Serhou Guirassy, I don't get it. I mean, he's a top player, top striker, but there's a lot of players who performed in Europe that hasn't been mentioned in this 30 list. And for me, it just speaks a lot about this trophy. But special shout out to all the winners. You know, Dembele really deserved it. I think at the end of the day, the most deserving player got it. For me, the list just don't make any sense. But as we say, like, anybody that comes after Dembele, it doesn't really matter what order you're coming, to be honest. But then for them, on their brand, it does mean a lot. Now, United fans would be going crazy about these two players right here, Scott McTominay and João Neves. One, because João Neves is the Ugarte replacement at PSG, and United was heavily linked with him as well, but they didn't want to spend that amount of money. And then now you have a Scott McTominay, who was at United, who was being laughed at United as this guy who can't pass, who can't shoot, who can't do anything but run around the pitch. And he's number 18 on the Ballon d'Or list. Winning a trophy in Italy. It's amazing to watch. And I don't know how Bruno Fernandes is not on this list. Because a lot of these players get on this list based on statistics. It can't be only based... Because if it's based on performance or statistics, both Bruno Fernandes hit. Now, does it also mean that your team need to be performing at a high level in order for you to be on this list? That could probably be one of the criteria as well. Hence is why when people try to single out these individual awards, it kind of defeats the purpose when you're dependent on a team. So there's so many ways we can look at this. But any which way, also, Fabian Ruiz on this list, special shout out to him, especially how his career has gone. And as we know, the £150 million failure of Flores and Wirtz is also on this list. I mean, I'm not going to be that guy to say he's solely going to be a failure, but he's on his way to be a 007 as well, isn't he? A lot of people can't wait to call Sesko, but yeah, he's on his way for that as well. But in other news, we have, why can't Mo Salah win this trophy? If it's one thing I must say, yeah, Mo Salah has been in the top 5 for this trophy over the last, I would say, 5 years. I think he's been in there at least 2 to 3 times. Up to now, this man can't get his hand on this trophy. He's probably arguably going to end up retiring as one of, if not the most prolific player after Cristiano Ronaldo to play in the Premier League. This man still can't win a Ballon d'Or. How can he still not win a Ballon d'Or? I don't know. God alone know the answer to that question. But what I could say is, his time will come, especially if Liverpool do the double on the roll on which they are on right now. They probably do the double. And who are we to say that it's not possible? I mean, I don't think they'll win the league. I think City will win the league. But if they do win the double, does Salah win this? Can we actually give the man the trophy for once? Can we give the Egyptian Lord folk his trophy at least once? If people like Dembele can win it. Yeah, if people like Lamine Yamal is being talked about to win it, even if his numbers is absolutely crap compared to a lot of these other people, then why is it Mo Salah never win this trophy? God alone knows. But here we have again, not only Mo Salah not winning trophies, but Manchester United trying to win the trophy of arguably the most stupid, the most retarded, the most idiotic, the worst run club in the history of football ever. Manchester United. Now, how is it rumors coming out, yeah? Like, that they are being rumored to Mike Maignan. Now, somebody please explain to me how Manchester United let go Andre Onana and is being linked to this fraud of a goalkeeper. I don't think people watch this guy enough now. If y'all think the compilation of Andre Onana is poor, yeah? Hey, I beg y'all go watch this guy play now. Remember, he was linked to Chelsea, and the game that Chelsea was going to buy this guy, they looked at him and they were like, bro, probably not. We rather go with Sanchez. If Chelsea rather go with Sanchez than pick up Mike Maignan, oh God, Manchester United. Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. Oh my God. Stay away from this man. Trust me when Yo, I have been watching this guy for the last 3 years. He had a period of 12 games when he was excellent. And then after that, the guy is a fucking fraud. He is a fraud. Trust me. Yo, but any which way, rumors coming out this article here saying that Ruben Amorim is suggesting to the Manchester United's recruitment department that they should go after this guy. I don't know what Ruben Amorim is smoking. I don't know if Ruben Amorim rolled up a fat one the other day and decided that he could just spew the craziest shit that he can find, yeah? But personally, this guy, I know for a fact, he not good. I am not even advocating whether this is a rumor. I am not even advocating whether this have legs or not. This should never get legs. Keep this story amputated. Please, keep this story amputated. Keep this shit in a wheelchair. Keep him disabled. Keep this story this way, please. Do not allow this story to get out. Do not allow Manchester United, please God, to get the funding to buy this guy. Because if y'all think Altay Bayern they bad, if y'all think Andre Onana bad, I have nothing else to say really about Mike Maignan. There is nothing about this guy that excites me at all. He's not a good goalkeeper. I'm not coming out here. Well, he is a professional, so he's good. Don't let me not be that person. I don't want to be one of these guys who want to talk about players like, well, they don't work hard. Because I chased that dream and I fell short from being at the highest level, yeah? So I ain't going to sit on here and criticize these guys when I failed at doing what they did. But personally, what I know is Mike Maignan, when it comes to high-level goalkeeping and at the highest level, can't manage to play 1 for a top team and 2 for Manchester United. He will be the reason why France don't win the World Cup. He will be the reason why he will push a ball in his goal at least twice every 6 games. I'm telling you, this is the kind of goalkeeper this guy is. He doesn't give anyone that much confidence. Let us not act like this guy has been one of AC Milan's best players. He's actually been one of their worst players. If you really think about how many bloopers he's had in games. I'm telling you alright, in that gold jersey he was wearing, I think 2 or 3 seasons ago. I promise you that one season, he has so many compilations of errors that I think him and Andre Onana maybe fight it out for the amount of idiotic things they've done. The amount of stupid decisions they've made as goalkeepers in terms of the type of saves. And if it's another thing, you will realize if you go watch this video right now. You see that when he makes saves, he push the ball right back into the heat. He doesn't make saves and push the balls across around the post or around from the danger. He always pushes the ball right back into the danger. That is a sign of a terrible goalkeeper. Nobody can tell me he's good enough to be at Manchester United. Now, there's another thing about Manchester United coming out. That apparently Manchester United and Barcelona are in a bit of a hiccup for the Marcus Rashford situation. Now, I don't know if you all really know what's going on, but Manchester United and Barcelona have a problem with the loan over Marcus Rashford and them not wanting to pay the fee at the time at which it was asked to be paid. Now, Manchester United, are y'all surprised that Barcelona don't want to pay y'all any money? The guys couldn't even register players last season, Dani Olmo. This season, they didn't even know if they were going to get Rashford registered and other players registered. And y'all really sat down and think, you know the people who have money issues for the last couple of years, who have sold out this stadium to a musical platform in Spotify have money to pay you over a player loan that you already hand to them, that already signed an agreement. Bro, this is just going to go on. By the time y'all get this money from Rashford, or y'all win this, if y'all go to court, or if y'all make it even bigger than what it is, by the time y'all get this money for Rashford, he'll probably be retired. Hey, Barcelona just know how to run a proper pyramid scheme. These guys are fraudulent on every level, bruv. From referee decisions, to transfer market, to transfers, to everything. Barcelona just know how to run the La Liga and European football red. Any which way, man, Monchi from Aston Villa has left. The chief of football operations has left. Now, after his poor performance in the transfer window, I'm surprised he even lasts a day after the transfer window. You know, this guy did not help Villa at all sustain the level of quality of players they needed to sustain that great run of form in which they've had as a club. You know, they've came from relegation straight up and keep building. Got a manager like Unai Emery, having World Cup winners in this squad like Martinez, having top strikers like Ollie Watkins, having young top players like a John Duran, even though a Harvey Elliott. You have a Morgan Rogers, Konza. I can name so many. Matty Cash, really good players. You know, Matty Cash could probably go to another top 6 club and start. Can you see Matty Cash start at City? Probably. Can you see him start as a right wing back at United? Probably. Can you see him start at Liverpool as a right back? Probably. Can you see him start at Chelsea as a Chelsea is the only team I can't see him start if Reece James is there, because Reece James is probably arguably one of the best right backs in the world if fit. If not, in the top 2 in the world when fit. So we have to really look at it and say, yo, like Aston Villa does have a bit of quality in which a lot of teams may try to take their players, away from them to alleviate the stress in which they have financially, one, but two, in the market that will allow them to gain some money towards their kit to go buy some more quality. Now, does this put a player like a Morgan Rogers in the bank for a top club to go after? Because he for sure is on his way out of Villa. He for sure is going to a big club next season. That guy ceiling is so high, it's unbelievable. And he's only like 21 years old also. So his ceiling is so much higher than what people think. And he just has more to grow. And for me personally, I just think that this was a good move for Villa to maybe bring a bigger personality into the boardroom now. Bring somebody who can go and attack the transfer market and bring players in that your team actually needs and fits your system. Because at the moment, I think Villa just buy players and just get players and expect Unai Emery to transform them. But now, if they have a football operations, a proper technical staff and all this coming in now, to kind of change the way Villa goes about transfers and other things, I feel like they can be in a very good place again in a year or two. So let's hope that happens, because I'm a big fan of Unai Emery and I really don't want him to get fired or sacked based on poor management by the football operation team of Aston Villa. But yes, people, as usual, it's been your boy. Don't forget, please, to like, share, and subscribe to the page. Keep hitting the bell for notifications so I can continue bringing you great content going forward. Have a great day. Look out for some other videos coming out later today. Stay sexy, my people. Ciao.